Hello everyone, welcome back. My agent has got me a job managing Sheffield Wednesday. And if you see the table, we are cooked. If you didn't know, I'm pretty sure they got a points deduction this season for financial breaches, etc. And now I have 22 games to try and get them out of this row. They're 14 points away from safety. Oh boy. Obviously, Norwich have also been calling my agent, but I think Sheffield Wednesday would be far more impressive to pull off one of the greatest escapes in sporting history, human history, I think. Let's have a look at the squad, shall we? Because it's not great. I call my agent fantastic, but he might have just screwed me with this one. You can see this is the team I'm going with. They typically play a 5-3-2. I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1. I think it's just a bit safer, a bit more brave. If you're going to play a sport and you're going to try win, you have to play at risk. So we're adding a little bit of risk here. We're adding 5 to back. A nice stable 4-2-3-1. The bench is shocking. Like this squad is bad. It's really bad. It's ultra defensive. There's not much going forward or in the midfield. So I was thinking, let's sign some players. But unfortunately, if you look at the office here, we've got 3 mil to spend, which means we're just going for free agent transfers. I did have an idea of signing a couple of players. You can see I was looking at players from the Netherlands and a couple of the lower rated Premier League players. But quite honest with you, we've got a few here. A couple of midfielders, strikers, goalkeepers that I'm thinking I'm just going to try get them straight away. Like Memphis Depay, what a coup. Like he went to Brazil. Why not come to the Championship and try pull off one of the greatest escapes? 6-month contract, then you can get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just pulled off an absolute coup. We just got Memphis Depay. Now he's on 30 grand a week, which I think is a bit much, but 6-month contract, we should be fine. Right, Edmilson Jr. has signed. He's a left winger from Qatar. He signed on 15k a week. Might have been a bit much, but we just want to get this guy in. He's going to really fix up the attack. We've got Depay, we've got Junior. I think we're in a really good position now to really push. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another signing in here. We have just signed Malahong, again another Mexican free agent, this time a goalkeeper. Fortunately, free agents are literally all we can afford, so I'm just going to have to go with that. I'm going to try getting one more, maybe Romo at centre mid, and if I have enough money after selling a couple of players, if I can, I would like to get in another striker and play the pie a bit deeper. And with that, we've also got in Romo, again Mexican midfielder. Excellent. Right, we're going to have to make some changes. Some sales if we want to try get in another player. So I'm going to see who I can sell, and then we'll come back to see if we can make any more signs. As always, we sim the first game of my reign. This is the starting 11. It's our strongest possible 11 in my eyes at this moment in time. So a striker would be great. If I have enough, I'd like another centre back and possibly right mid, but I think we might be pushing our luck there. I think it's either one of those 3 options that we can go for here, and I will be going for a striker because we're going to be playing the pie a bit deeper just to make that midfield stronger. Anyway, let's see if we get on against QPR away from home. Hopefully my additions can get us a draw at least, and he get us a win. Excellent. What a brilliant start to my reign. You'll love to see it. Hopefully the May curse doesn't hit us. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to fix my speech, but I might be able to fix my performances in May. Alright, we've just signed a striker. Free agent, of course. And it is Piatek. So he is the Polish striker. And I'm pretty sure he's back up to Lewandowski for the national team. He's going to be our starting striker. So, we might have enough for another signing. And I think we'll need a 2 mil. Yeah, we should have enough for another signing just to shore up the squad. I have sold a couple of players. I will show that at the end of the transfer window who we sold. But there we go. That's our current state of our squad, and I do think a right mid is next on my list, and then a centre back. Right, lads, we've made our hopefully penultimate signing, and it's at centre back, and we've got Alexander Daiku in. Hopefully I said that right. Might have butchered it, but look, he's going to fit in at centre back there, and he's a wonderful 77 rated. I thought he was 71 rated. I am going to try buy this Chakuna fella, but I think I need another 2 players to leave first before I can afford him. So That's why I was saying hopefully my penultimate signing, but we'll see. And that is how the team currently looks. Our only weak spot, because Amash should go up to a 71 by the end of the season, so I'm not too fussed about him. Redmond might decline. He might scrape 70, but that's the next area I want to look at. Bannon is declining, but we should be alright, because you got Chalobah there as well, so we shouldn't be screwed for midfield anymore. We have just pulled off a coup. It took a while. We had a lot of back and forth, even stalled negotiations, but I managed to get Lewin Chakuna from Burnley for 4.8 mil. Burnley were in a good mood. Scott Parker made a nice deal with me. You know, a bit of a buyback clause in there for them. But we managed to get him in. Wow, okay, cool. Now we can actually start playing. And we can see how this goes. Now, a lot of my players are exhausted though. They really are exhausted. I'm running them into the ground. But we can have a look at January's results now. Right, so January's results are as follows. We beat QPR, lost Brentford in the FA Cup, which is fine. In fact, we brought them to extra time. It took them until the 104th minute to score their second goal, which was from Lewis Potter, and then he went and got on the third. Beat Portsmouth 3-0, lost to Birmingham City, which I thought was a bit disappointing. 3-0 against Bristol City, and then drew at Wrexham, so that was quite good. So where does that leave us in the league? It leaves us 24th still? Yeah, it does, but look at the gap. The gap's down from 14 points to 10 points, which doesn't sound great, but we were only on 14 points when we took over, I'm pretty sure. Maybe we were on 11 points, actually. We're doing great. We're actually doing great. We can escape this easily. Right, well, let's see how we done in February, because we had a decent start. Now, the board aren't very happy, but that could be just of how far in the relegation zone we were. Let's have a look. Oh dear. 4 draws, 2 losses. Wow, okay. We're still 10 points off, so we haven't lost any ground, but we've got 11 games to try and make up that amount. I'm not sure. But we'll stay positive. We'll stay positive. Looks like we've had a bad month in February this time, so maybe May will be good. Well, anyway, let's see how we get on in March. Right, let's see how we got on in March. We got a win, so that's better. Only lost against Watford, and of course I went for the loss straight away because I was reading from left to right there, so I thought we lost everything. We're still bottom, but we're only 1 point off 23rd, but the gap's gotten to 11 points between us and safety, and we've got 7 games left. This is close. This is very close. There's a lot of games in April. How many games were made? There's only 1 game in May. Oh, right. We need to do the business in April. We need to do the business tonight in April. Tonight, this month. Yeah, that. Right, this is the moment of truth. Have I saved Sheffield Wednesday from relegation to League One? Let's find out. Oh, it's possible. It's possible. Only 1 loss. 2 draws, 3. We beat Coventry. I'm pretty sure they were getting promoted. I don't see it. We could be 23rd. Oh, I don't think we've done it. No, we didn't do it. Oh my god. And it was possible if we didn't get some of the stupid losses that we got. We have 1 game left against West Brom, which we could get 22nd. But there's no playoff or anything like that, which would leave us. Oh my god, I'm so upset. Like, I have failed, but I've done so much better than I thought. I'm just gonna sim the May one. You can just watch it. It's only 1 game, and looks like we get a draw. I really did think we were gonna pull it off. If we didn't have that poor the poor February. Like, one of those, 2 of those draws turned into a win, and maybe one of the losses, like that Birmingham one, maybe turned that into a win. And I think we would have been fine. Well, here's the stats, gamers. We finished 23rd. We were 6 points off safety. So 3 draws turned them into wins. Our goal difference would have been better, I think. We probably would have beaten Blackburn to safety. even that Birmingham City one, if we had won that game, that puts us in a completely different spot. Well, have we failed? Yes. But when we took over, we had 22 games left. They'd already played 24. They had 11 points. I've managed to get this team 31 points in 24 games. That's very good. But let's check the stats, shall we? Because I'm expecting my players, my signings, to have done something mad. Most appearances was Bannon. Yeah, that's fine. He's the captain. I expect that. Now, he's also... same with Jamal Lowe. I'm surprised by that one. I have a feeling that my fucking striker wasn't playing, but look, we'll find out. Top goal scorer was the Pie with 6. That is unexpected. That is very unexpected. Assist, Bannon. That's also unexpected. I thought the Pie would have had a bigger impact than what he did. And then clean sheets goes to Malahon. Yeah, that's fine. Well, we failed. But yet again, I think this is another one of those jobs that I've done where we've actually done very, very well, but we still haven't met the objective. So I think any Sheffield United fan would take, the 31 points in 22 games over what they currently had. But anyway, I think if we were there for the full season, we would have finished mid-table, no problem. And plus, the board don't even want to get rid of me. Look, yeah, it's borderline. We are getting relegated. But I think they'd be happy enough to keep me in League One. But unfortunately, I have another job coming up next week. So I'm going to have to step down as Sheffield Wednesday boss. But that was one of the more interesting ones. I actually had a bit of fun with that. But anyway, well, lads, we'll see you next week and see what my agent has in store.